From a spooky 3,200-year-old tale written on broken pottery pieces, to amateur YouTube videos of ghost chases, frightening tales of apparitions, demons, and goblins have been documented since ancient times and continue to fascinate people today. Although these paranormal events aren't supported by science, they have persisted throughout history. Here's a look at 5 of the most frightening cases. Number 5. A ghost story from Egypt, 1200 BC. In 1915, Egyptologist Gaston Maspero published a translation of an ancient Egyptian ghost story, possibly set in Luxor, that was discovered on 4 pieces of pottery. In the story, a ghost of a mummified man tells a high priest of the god Amun about his current condition. I grew, and I did not see the rays of the sun. I did not breathe the air, but darkness was before me every day, and no one came to find me, the ghost says. The ghost seems to complain of some accident that has happened to himself or to his tomb. The ancient Egyptians believed strongly in life after death and created a series of spells called the Book of the Dead, which they believed helped them reach the afterlife. Number 4. The Chained Man in Ancient Athens. Roman Senator Pliny the Younger, who died in AD 113, told a ghost tale so haunting that it survives to this day. There was at Athens a large and roomy house which had a bad name, so that no one could live there. In the dead of the night, a noise resembling the clashing of iron was frequently heard, which, if you listened more attentively, sounded like the rattling of chains. Disturbances that led to the appearance of a specter, form of an old man of extremely emaciated and squalid appearance, with a long beard and disheveled hair, rattling the chains on his feet and hands. Needless to say, the house was abandoned and had to be rented out for a cheap price. When a philosopher named Athenodorus heard the story, he reportedly rented the house and confronted the ghost. The ghost appeared and rattled around before vanishing. Athenodorus calmly marked the spot where the ghost vanished, and in the morning ordered that the spot be dug up. This was accordingly done, and the skeleton of a man in chains was found there. After being given a proper burial, the ghost departed and the house was haunted no more, according to Pliny's tale. Number 3. Kekaha R Woods. At Kekaha R Woods, located at the foot of Mount Fuji in Japan, the corpses of dozens of suicide victims have been found over the past 2 decades, and the forest has become a popular place for troubled Japanese citizens to end their lives. Today, there are signs in the forest urging people not to end their lives and asking them to seek help. Given the number of suicides that have occurred in the forest, ghost stories abound, including several alleged encounters with the apparitions of those who have died there. Number 2. The Brown Lady of Raynham Hall. In 1936, a photographer taking pictures of the 300-year-old Raynham Hall in Norfolk, UK, captured an image of an apparition floating down the stairs. It's one of the most famous ghost photos ever taken, although some experts believe it was caused by double exposure. The manor, covering an area of 7,000 acres, has a long history of being haunted, and the BBC notes that the ghost may be of Lady Dorothy Townsend, the wife of the 2nd Viscount of the estate. She died in 1726, supposedly of smallpox, after having an affair, which her husband, Lord Townsend, had learned about before her death. She is said to still wander the manor dressed in brown. Number 1. The CCTV Ghost. Hampton Court Palace in Surrey, England has a photogenic ghost of its own. In 2003, a CCTV camera caught an image of a skeletal figure clad in centuries-old clothes, closing a sturdy fire door that had flung open. The ghost, nicknamed Skeletor, attracted a great deal of media attention. A visitor wrote in the palace's visitor book that she too thought she had seen a ghost in that area. Skeletor is not the only ghostly inhabitant of Hampton Court Palace. Catherine Howard, one of Henry VIII's wives, was imprisoned there and was supposedly dragged to her room screaming all the way. The area she haunts is called the Screaming Gallery.